Hi everyone, Lori here. Tonight what we're going to make for dinner is Salisbury steak. Now there's a couple different ways you can make it. You know, you can add mushrooms into this, but what we're going to use, the ingredients that you're going to use, that you're going to need to make this dish, excuse me, the cube steak, and that's tenderized. It's actually round steak tenderized. So I have 3 pieces of that. I have potatoes that I'm going to slice up to make mashed potatoes, and then onion to go into the Salisbury steak. We'll need flour, salt, and pepper. And then another side item that we'll have with it is corn. So we'll get started with peeling the potatoes. And I'll put a bag in here. That's the easiest way that I can do it. You know, just to do it, and then I can throw it into the trash can. So get some potatoes peeled. Okay, so we have our potatoes peeled and washed off, and we're ready to cut them up and then put some water over them, salt, and then we'll boil them. So get these cut up. I know some people probably cringe at the way I cut, but I'm real careful, and I've been doing it for a long time, and I just do it real easy. Okay, so we have our potatoes cut up, and we're going to go ahead and put some water over them. We're going to fill it up till it covers the potatoes. Okay, that's good there. And we're going to go ahead and add some salt. Whatever is desired. I have to put a little less because of Mom. And then we'll get this set on the stove. We're going to put it on the back portion, you know, because that's the first thing we're starting, and I'm going to have stuff going on in front of it. So go ahead and put it in the back. Put it on, you know, medium heat. You might have to turn it down as the water starts to boil. You know, if it wants to come up out, you have to turn it down. So just start out on medium heat and kind of take it from there. So, okay, so what we're going to do next, I've got my chopping board here, and I'm going to start off with a new knife. I already used that. Wash it off, not good. So I'm going to chop up a half an onion. A lot of times I use a whole onion, but it tends to be a little too much, so we're just going to start off with half an onion there, and then set that aside. Okay, and then we're going to bring over our flour. I'm going to do some salt in there, and some pepper. Kind of blend that up a bit. Okay, then we'll turn around and get, I put 1/3 of a cup of olive oil into a skillet. And we're going to get that to start heating up. Turn that on, you know, a little over medium heat to get that going. And while that's going, I'll go ahead and put in my first piece of steak here. Over and make sure it's good and covered on both sides. And as soon as our oil heats up, then we'll put that in and go to our next piece. Okay, so we're going to carry this one over. Go ahead and put it in our grease. Okay, come back over and we'll this won't take that long to cook. As soon as this, we get these in there and we get it lightly browned on both sides, then we'll add our onion and cover it up and let that get tender. Okay, so we're ready to carry this over now. And that grease in there is going to end up making our gravy. Okay, so we're ready to throw the last piece in there. It's kind of a big one and really tenderized too. It's already wanting to fall apart. So that was very tender. So now we want to go ahead and add a little more salt, pepper. And we'll just do that on one side. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and flip these over. I have to be careful because they're pretty tender. Oh, they got them breaking apart. Probably should have used a spatula. Because I can't even pick them up with the fork, they're so tender. So now we'll go ahead and we'll throw in the onions on top of that. Probably, I would have liked a little more, but we'll just leave it as it is. So what we're going to do is cover this up and let the onions get a little tender, and then we'll be back. We'll make the gravy and this will be ready. Okay, so I've gone ahead and drained the water out of the potatoes and put them in the bowl, and I already had probably about, I'd say 4 tablespoons of margarine already in there. And so then we'll add a little milk and get started on mashing these. Okay, so now we're ready to start making our gravy, which this is probably the simplest gravy I've ever made. So we'll take the lid off, and I'm going to use the flour that I had put, flipped the meat on. So we'll just place that in there. This will thicken up the olive oil that we cook this meat in. Up just a little bit. Okay, so I'll flip that meat over, get that kind of going in to the olive oil. Now what we want to do next, we add some water in here. And then I'll kind of start making a gravy for you. See it? Start here. I have to add some more water over here. see that gravy starting to make there? Okay, so now the taste test. Very good. Easy meal to fix. It's quick. Gotta try it, you'll love it.